Ooh, ow. Hello. It's, I guess it's not that late, but it is comparatively, it's relatively late. Yesterday was weird. So I had to work yesterday and I had to do homework yesterday. I had to do, so my homework got doubled up because last week I got to enjoy half the homework as I was enjoying everything else last week. And then I forgot and it doubled up. I also didn't account for working this Sunday and all my homework was due yesterday. So I got like my whole day yesterday was like work and homework. And work was like really not like busy, but like I had a lot of work. I ended up staying later. And like, I don't know, but it was like chill. And even today, like it's not that anything is necessarily like hectic or crazy. There is a lot, or there was a lot, but it's still like there's a certain calmness or a certain peace that's like pervasive. I think that's the word I want to use. And I don't know, I tapped into it. It's almost like a quiet too. Even though everything was like moving, it was still like, and then I listened when I was walking to the car because I drove to work yesterday and today. I was like, I get driven. I don't drive. But anyway, and then I feel like I heard like a heartbeat or something. I was like, I don't know what this is about. That's unrelated to what I'm doing, maybe, but yeah. Although the days have been busy, there has been a peace there. Interestingly enough, a calm house party. That's what that is. That app. So I'm gonna pull one of the Threads of Fate Oracle cards to get a theme. And then I'm gonna use these to symbolize the last new moon in Libra, Leo, Virgo, new moon in Virgo. And then I'll use these cards for the last full moon in Pisces, I guess. And we'll see how they lead up to this new moon. Or I'll try. Because I used to do this like as a whole thing. But, and then we'll see. Hopefully, this isn't too long. Excuse me. Hey, Sharon. I did not say Siri. I said Sharon. You tried it. How you doing? And then I was about to leave. I was like, hey, like I stayed over like 2 hours yesterday, so I was gonna head out early. And my boss was like, okay. And then more work came in the door. I was like, I was literally about to leave. I had put all my stuff away. I had cleaned up. I prepared the end of the day, whatever. And then as soon as I'm about to leave, somebody come in with more work. And I was like, guess not. But it was only half an hour more, so glad to hear it. My day, Eve, was I don't know, honestly. Like it wasn't a bad day. It wasn't a bad day at all, and it wasn't a lot today. Excuse me. I don't know how my day was. Hey Malika, how you doing? It was a good day. Oh, and then I got like my insurance card and my other card came today, so I set those up. But there has been like a certain piece that I noticed yesterday and today. even though it hasn't been still. Like I've been doing stuff. It was like an 11-hour day yesterday, and I had to do homework. It does. Oh, thank you, Malika, and I'm glad to hear it. So these are shuffled. I'm going to pull the top, the middle, and the bottom, and I'm going to do the middle from this one. We'll do two. Oh, cute work. Withdraw and self-love. With power and patience. Hold up. No. Because I remember, I was like, somebody said something about being like a turtle. And that's what, because the tortoise shell and power and patience. But she was talking about being a recluse. She's like, I've been like a turtle. I'm at home. Power and patience, withdraw and self love. Patience, withdrawal, and self love is power. See, because there's an energy here that retreats. Ariel, I was literally just thinking about you. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? From patience to withdrawal to self love, there is something like awesome, I guess, here. And with the self love, with this peacock, excuse me. If by super weird you mean oddly calm, then yes. I did notice, like, I was like, I feel like it's weird to be as calm as I am right now. Because yesterday and today were like, not like yesterday was like, it was a very, 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 very busy day. And I was tired by the end of it. But still, it was like a stillness or something. I was like, I don't know. Several weeks. Okay, well, yeah, no. I haven't been in a weird several weeks long space. There is something about the peacock. It's like it's able to be in its own space even when it's outside of its space or something like that. And then power is up here. Excuse me. Tired. Peacock is uniqueness too. Not feeling weird, but you weren't triggered today by something that should have triggered you. Hey, love to hear that. I am a fan of that energy. Ah, excuse me. I'm so tired. And then I was like, I'm gonna go in at 8 o'clock today, but I woke up at the same time, so I was like, what is going on? Ooh, Hmm. Oh. So the last new moon are the dark energy. It's coming out with the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. The bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups, though. And the Six of Cups, especially with the Five of Coins behind it. Can I get a four? Can I get a four? Five, four, three, two, one. 765. Hey, that's my phone number area code 765. Oh gosh. This card, the Six of Cups in this deck to me, it's something that's like time gated or it's separate from these four for some reason. And then the the Five of Coins behind it is coming in with an energy of release. Now sometimes because they're roses, it's like it's love gated or something to do with the heart. But again, it's like we have like the withdrawal into self love is a patient power. I feel like this is like patience and power though. Like if you wait the time, then you get those last two cups. Or something. And then I guess again it'll be triggered by whatever the self love is. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. My new schedule is just like, it's fine. Yesterday was my first Sunday working. You ever see anything? You just spent 45 minutes sitting outside at a beautiful waterfall and you can't even ground yourself. It's so weird. It continues on. I remember you were talking about grounding. You said something, and then Reem did something, or she had recently said something, and it was about grounding in air or something like that. Oh, excuse me. Now, the last full moon is coming out with judgment. And is that the Sovereign of Cups? The Ruler of Cups. Which is interesting because the Ruler of Cups came out with the Seeker of Wands. And it was the energy where it's like the King of Swords had been invited, but he had to go as the King of Cups when I was looking around the King of Swords, the Ruler of Swords energies. And then, oof, the title card. Okay. And under that is the Four of Wands. My head hurts. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sleepy. Okay. You're a see, feel, experience it to believe it kind of gal. Gotcha. Oof. What was the new moon in Virgo even? I have heard people say that Virgo season was really rough, or Virgo season was rough. Virgo season for me was gorgeous, so uh, personally can't relate. It is interesting though that this Ace of Swords would lead to a Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands. Like, what's that about? From the last new moon. I might just be tired, Eve. Because I don't know. I don't know what this is. Where my water at? Okay. Ace of Swords today, it's looking like there's this energy where it's like the crown was trying to come down, but it couldn't for some reason. And this reminds me of Paradox. So there's something, a message that was sent, but I don't know if it was picked up as it was intended to be in whatever way. See, and then we get that laurel energy. Ooh, this is interesting. Laurel energy, it feels like, because it symbolizes victory, right? It feels like there's some kind of victory or a perceived something, because they both hold this energy. You see, this, that's there twice. It's like message not received, which is why this Seven of Swords and Ten of Wands is still here. It feels like an energy of congestion, maybe. And there are two wands in this Seven of Swords card. Well, the end of it is a wand, but no. Let's see, two, four, five. Two of these wands are swords, or two of these swords are wands. And I'm pretty sure that wand is the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like two wheels of fortune that meet behind the Seven of Swords energy. But maybe they got caught or they got tangled up somehow. So maybe that's an energy where it's like we're supposed to exit one cycle and into another one, but we're stuck. We're stuck in like ending one cycle and we're stuck in beginning another one. There's something about that transition that doesn't fully that doesn't fully happen. And so then this takes on almost like a bardo limbo type of energy, where this almost feels like a veil of some sort. Like we can't break through to the other side on either one of these. And New Moon Virgo is supposed to be, not supposed to be, but New Moon Virgo, it's almost an energy where it's like implementing something new into your daily routine, daily life that changes your experience in some way, hopefully for the better. Where it actually brings in a Piscean dream and it makes it more real, more realistic. It makes it more possible because of something that we do. It's almost like an actualization. It's an actualizing energy. But because the new moons happen before the full moons, again, now I liked it better when the full moons happened before the new moons. But it's almost like since the new moon happened before the full moon, you're almost asked to do something before you even know like why. And it's almost like if you knew why, then you would know like what you needed to do to get where you're going. And then with the full moon in Pisces, what's behind this Four of Wands? The Conqueror of Coins. And then the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Swords. Hey, Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh. Look at this. The Seven of Swords is with the Ace of Swords again. Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords. Ace of Cups. And Strength. Can't believe those two are together again. See, there is an energy here where it's like Six of Cups, Four of Wands. Reem, WhatsApp ain't been working today. Hey, Remy, thank you for stopping in. It was after we had the double Aquarius full moons. So that second full moon in Aquarius was the first time we had it. Because it was like the full moon in Aquarius and then the new moon in Leo, which was the end of the full moon first cycle. And then we had that same new moon in Leo and the second full moon in Aquarius. And that's when we started the new moon full moon cycle. So then we had the new moon in Virgo before the full moon in Pisces. The new moon in Libra is coming up before we have the full moon in Aries later. So that's when it switched over. And like I said, I liked it better the other way around. Because, I mean, my brain is a little backwards anyway sometimes. So it felt like it made it easier to, like, understand the why before being asked to, like, do stuff. Or, like, before the new. You know what I mean? Maybe not. I don't know. It felt better to me. I loved it. I was thriving. I mean, I'm still thriving, but but anyway, you know what I mean? My brain is like, wait. Should be in roughly 2 weeks. Hey Siri, when is the full moon in Aries?
Here's an answer from GrayCrawford.net. The Aries full moon occurs 2 days after the Libra equinox, the turn toward the deepening darkness of fall in the northern hemisphere, while the southern hemisphere experiences the fecund flowering of spring.
The fecund flowering of spring. There's that fecund word, Russell. I was like, what does that mean? Let's see. Hey Siri, when is the next full moon?
The next full moon will be at 9:56 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Wednesday, October 20th, 2021.
October 20th is the full moon in Aries. Aries usually comes out when the moon is full. My Venus in Aries used to woo. Whenever Venus was in Aries, oh my gosh, I was a mess. It's fine. See, but even in the Four of Wands, it feels like it. Oops. It feels like it's tucked away in the Four of Wands. So it is a little bit out of reach. Maybe not, right? And then with Judgment, the ruler of coins, and the title card, the ruler of coins is interesting because it's like a masculine intuition. Masculine intuition within the space of this, it's feeling like there's the intuition that's very like ethereal, and then there's the intuition that's very like it's not that it's practical, but it feels like it's more, it's supposed to be like more day to day, or more like something implemented. I don't know how to describe it. And for every pair of hands in this judgment card, there's a third eye. It makes you think of fecal. Oh, what? I've never noticed this. Let's see. You see that? There's like from this bottom eye, or from this, it's like a thing going like straight down. You see that? I've never noticed that before. Like between the pairs of hands. I don't know what this is. But you see like judgment in these two rings, and then in the ruler of coins, it's one third eye with the crown on top, and the like there's the solid ring, and then there's the dispersed ring. I mean, it's not solid, but like the dots are closer and then the dots are further apart. And then in the conqueror of coins, which is behind that four of wands, we see it again. But see, the conqueror of coins is the one that heads into the seven of cups, where that same third eye, instead of it having the crown on top or the diadem, is it a diadem? I learned that word not too long ago. It's like it has the thorns around it, where it's blocked instead of it being crowned. And then that heads into again the seven of swords, the ace of swords. And this triangle in the conqueror of coins, it's the same. Oh, the peacock has it too in self-love. See, but the in the self-love card, there's a solid ring and then two dotted ones outside of it. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. There you go. See, there's the solid one and the two. And it's interesting because it's almost this Conqueror of Coins, but the Conqueror of Coins forgot the outer two. And it's interesting. Conqueror of Coins can be mutable Earth, Knight of Pentacles, Virgo. And it's not like the Conqueror of Coins to forget something. And then the title card is here. Oh, that does not go up here. You do not go up there. These go up here. This comes down here. Excuse me. Reamy. Is that like a shadow as well? Like a shadow. You really like circles inside triangles? Wait, what does that mean? I feel like that means something. I'm so out of the loop. It feels though, with this ruler of cups energy, it feels like, is that Aquarius? Oh, your picture. I'm tired. Eva's like, it's literally like right there. Yeah, I saw your thing today. I know I saw it because I left a comment and then you replied to my comment. But I was like, what? I didn't get to watch it because I was in the car or something. But it feels like this was on top of the cup. And then something happened in this judgment energy where it's like the third eye goes up and then like this was the lid on top of the cup. The lid comes off of the cup and then a star comes out. And the farmer's almanac, I forget what it was, but it said something about oysters, and it's like you have to sing to them to lure them to you or something like that. And I was like, oh, I could pull the oyster card in the water, no animal spirits, but that didn't happen. So you know. Excuse me. And this title card is interesting because the title card in this deck, it tells you what everything means. The aces through the rulers, the different suits. So if we wanted to break down this ruler of cups, right? Let's see. Seeds, roots, coin. What we got here? We ain't got seeds, roots, coins. We ain't got none of that. None of it. But the ruler is the leader, focused on external and mature. Cups is water, emotional realm, intuition, relationships, healing, and connection. That does nothing for me. But oh, I'm starting to get warm. Oof. A surge of warmth. It almost feels like a periscope, though. Like it's able to go up and then like look around from a higher vantage point. And I remember the higher perspective card came out, I think, at some point when I did the retrogrades with Russ. At some point, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it was a different point in time. This was the full moon in Pisces. So if the moon is full, let's just break it down because the title card is here. This is the break it down title card. So let's try to break it down to get me to understand what's going on here. If the moon is full, it's an energy of like illumination and understanding in an area that may have been previously unknown or difficult to know. But in the energy of Pisces, it still carries that illumination, but it feels like it does it not from behind the veil, but it's not very straightforward. Which would be why the third eye has to like periscope to see what it is. But it's almost like from that vantage point, you may be able to see something that doesn't yet, maybe it doesn't yet exist and it doesn't yet have a pathway. Right? It's like seeing something floating in the middle of the ocean and not knowing if the waves are going to carry it to the island or if like a boat is going to come by or like not knowing how it's going to get there. But you can see it on the horizon in a way. And I feel like to get caught up in the how, that's what invites all of this energy. Because it's almost like you're not supposed to see how it happens. Because it's almost like if you could, then you could steadily make your way towards it. And it's like if you try to steadily make your way towards it, you may get lost because it isn't yet, like the path is not yet established or clear or made. And oh, these are talons. I've never noticed that. These are talons at the top up here. You see? Talons are like holding that moon up. And that's the same, yeah, it's the same crescent moon as the Ace of Swords. But see, it almost feels like maybe either A, the talons are like parting to like open up so that, you know, you can, because again, we have this energy around the moon that keeps us from, it's an energy of something like veiled, right? That separates the bottom from the top. But on one hand, it looks like they're opening, but also it feels like they may also be raising the moon. But it's like if they raise it too high, it's going to be out of reach. And it reminds me of, oh gosh, Tom Brady. No, not Tom Brady. What's his name? The cute dude with the big lips. Tom Hardy. It reminds me of Tom Hardy in Inception. Hey, Danielle. Tom Hardy in Inception when he's like, "You mustn't be afraid to dream bigger" or whatever, and then he pulls out like the rocket launcher, right? And see, like, this is all wrong. Where was I going with that? Where am I going with this? Oof. I don't know if I have enough brain for this. And Virgo, and then it's Scorpio. Excuse me. Because it's right before it's new, and right before and after it's new, it'll be a crescent moon. I was like, I wanted to say like, it's fine. See, this is all wrong. It's almost like maybe that's why patience and power is here. Maybe that's this patient power. Because then in power, we have those three rings that we have in self love, but they like one of these radiates inside of the other one. It feels like if you move towards this thing, it's gonna like push it away or something. Like it's not to be moved towards. It's an onwardness and not a towardness. Because like with the conquer of coins, it's like even if you're well intending, which almost like then it's like, well, what was the point of the new moon in Virgo if it ain't to like do the stuff that like what? But the new moon came before the full moon. So after you see it, it's too late to start moving. You're supposed to start moving before you see it. Or when you see it. It's like before the path is made open, you're supposed to start moving or whatever. I don't, it's just try with me, okay? Because it feels like after you see it, you'll only move in the wrong direction. Because look, this crescent moon, it's upside down, it's inverted, and these crescent moons, like, they're not shaded. But this one is. That's a solid crescent. So it's like a mirage in the desert. You'll never get any closer to it. And it's almost like because something about this is a journey. It's because it's supposed to be a journey. It's not about destinations. So it's almost like if you try to figure out the destination and get to the destination, but you don't participate in the journey, then the destination will switch, or the destination will change, or you'll just be sent to journey somewhere else. And it almost feels like the Israelites roaming the desert for like 40 years, because it's in this Seven of Cups, it's almost this energy where it's like you can't trust it's not that you can't trust it, but it's like your sight won't serve you in this situation. The wisdom that you gain will. Teeth symbolize wisdom, right? Teeth symbolize wisdom and experience. Thorns symbolize bound, stuckness, and resistance. And then that's that unwile. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the unrelay. You have to look at from the side to see it good. Ooh. You just woke up. I wish I just woke up. And I feel like this is why. Because we would see this. There's something about this that wouldn't be seen. It's like either the background or the foreground. If you focused on it, you would miss something. And so there almost is an energy of letting it come to you. That's the withdrawal and the self love. Withdrawal and the self love brings the thing to you, and that's that patient power. Withdrawal and self love, it drops all of these, like all of these walls, they drop. And that's the Seven of Swords energy, where it's like doing this, where it's opening between the talons of the raven or the crow or the dove, whatever. Pick your bird of choice. But it feels like when it does that, it highlights and illuminates ways that we almost keep ourselves stuck or trapped. Like all of these cobwebs and like the wheels of fortune that can't move. It feels like it illuminates those. It illuminates what keeps those stuck. Which is why, like, if we would have had the full moon in Pisces first and then the new moon in Virgo, it would have been like, oh, this is something that is keeping me stuck in my life. With the illumination of the full moon in Pisces, this is what's keeping me from my dreams. And then with the new moon in Virgo, it's like, okay, well, let me do this, let me change that so I can get there. But now we're supposed to make the changes first and then wait for everything to be known. Y'all wanted this. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm just playing. Somebody out there wanted this. Why am I so warm? I'm guilty. That's what this feels like. And it feels like it's almost an energy where we're always playing catch up. Because it's like, oh, now I see it. Oh, now I see it. Oh, now I see it. When maybe it's for us to just like be on to the next thing, right? And it's that Seven of Cups again. It's to almost like stop trying to look out and scan and then just, I don't know, something about this tooth and the experiences and the wisdom that comes from experiences. And it's almost like if you have too much foresight, it can actually be, it may be of detriment, because now you're trying to fix your path to go a certain way or to get a certain thing. But it's not going to work like that. It's almost like if you do it that way, you encounter the Seven of Swords before the Ace of Swords, rather than the Ace of Swords into the Seven of Swords. And again, it's the thing with the moon. The moon and the Conqueror of Coins, it's a completely different phase than these two. So it's almost like this doesn't do much to help you understand this. But if we approach it, and that was the card that came out maybe yesterday, with that operating as a unified whole. When we think that we're whole, but in reality, it's like we're not. And that's that victory that is preventing everything. It's like when you think you know something, and so you're not open to any new information when it comes to that. Because you think you already know it. So when it presents itself, it's like ignored. Ooh, Ace of Cups in reverse now. And it's the earth. That last ring is the earth. It's the element of earth, but it's coming out in the suit of cups. I want another card. Please. I would set up my other camera, but it's a lot of work that I don't feel like doing. So. I saw somebody I haven't seen in years today. And it's funny because last night I was telling Russ how I feel like I've been pedestaled in my life. And it's definitely one of the pedestalers. Well, maybe not. You know, maybe they just saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. You know what I mean? No, they pedestaled me. Low key. But, and it was interesting though, because like, here was someone saying something to my mother about me still being at home. But then when my mom was almost saying the same things to her about her sons, she was like, no. She was like, they need to go. And then she was like, stay home as long as you need. I'm like, okay. Anyway. That's what, I don't know. It does feel like a lot of times, to that point, a lot of times we lag behind stuff rather than being at the moment or leading. And we have leading capabilities and potentials, but we have lacking proclivities for whatever reason. There are a plethora of reasons. I'm gonna give this 3 more shuffles. If I don't get nothing, then I guess ain't nothing else to come out. Last one. Nothing. It's funny though, because the creator is at the bottom of the deck. And the creator was at the bottom of the deck before I started shuffling. So oh. I don't know. Russell. How you doing tonight? There's this energy It's like a black hole, but not. It's like a light sink. I don't know how to describe it. It's an energy of like concentrating and focusing before. What is that? It's like it's not the gear. You're hot and in a sweat sheen. Only for a few more days. Enjoy the constant sweat while you can, I guess. It's like the gear where it's what is it? It's compression where it's like you compress something and then it builds up pressure and it builds up acceleration. And it feels like that's what this is. Like I don't know, because that's what patience, withdrawal, and self-love are doing. See, and then you can see in the withdrawal card how like it's all going into the fox. It's like it's pulling it all in. And then self-love gives it a focus. Power gives it purpose. And then it's released at the creator to do something. The creator and the warrior are together again. It's released here. And like you can kind of sort of see it. It's like it pulls it in at withdrawal, right? Then it sets up. It's not the matrix. The network, it sets up the network in self-love. It builds it at power. You see how like it's pulling it all in, and now this like this solid ring comes in and those other things come in, and then at power it's like, and then at the creator you get that really tight ring next to it and then this alternating ring outside of it, but it's like it's pulling it in. And I guess Virgo Pisces can be an axis of solitude. Right, Virgo's the hermit. Pisces can be. Sometimes Pisces just disappear and then they reappear just as quietly as they left. And I feel like it's because of that. It takes me back to the devil and decisions or whatever the wisdom of Lord Ganesha was. It's in that energy of like not being externally motivated, which is why that conqueror of coins, like once you see it and you make that your destination, there's something about this process that it interferes with. Because now that's an external motivation. It's no longer about the journey. It's about getting to some point. And then the point will just change. I mean, that's the thing about life, right? The destination always changes. The destination changes until we leave. And it's almost an energy where it's like, here's something that's effective no matter where you go or no matter what you do. Very Capricorn in that way. Like the basics. The wildling. See, look at the Two of Swords breaking the rings. I'll actually read the wildling. The wildling might be the card that I reference all the time, but I don't know. I'll open right to it. Oh no. Ooh! Oof, oof, oof. Well, let's see. The wildling. Pulling the wildling card indicates a time to connect to the most primal parts of yourself. This may mean you need to detach a bit from people around you. It's just this part. A balanced wildling prioritizes freedom but remains grounded. They possess an instinct that may not make sense to others but never leads them astray. They are present to their own emotions and needs and will spend time on their personal development. An unbalanced wildling is in a state of perpetual chaos. They are avoidant and often use the external for a band aid of their internal dis ease, which often means they are constantly moving on to the next thing. What they move on to never ends up being what they hoped for. The wildling is raw, empowered, and independent. Many people are intimidated by them because they need little from others and prioritize radical freedom, which can be unsettling as most of society operates within unspoken expectations and contracts. Excuse me. See that part where they're like, they are present to their own emotions and needs and will spend time on their personal development. That's that patience, withdrawal, and self love energy that becomes power. I feel like I'm yelling now. Your next series is about next destination. Wait. Did you do Pisces or Taurus yet? If one of those videos just happened to magically release before, then um, I wouldn't be mad. All right. Oh, it's been an hour. This was not supposed to be long. That's my whole day. My whole day. It's time for me to go to bed. I get Thursday and Friday. So I remember in the beginning, I was like, yes, I love waking up early. I feel so good. And I do, but then I come home and I gotta run around for hours. I didn't even get to sit down until like what, almost 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, right? Ooh, the lovers. Ooh. Do you ever just like go somewhere comfortable and nice? When you go somewhere comfortable, let me know. Because I'm not trying to be sweating constantly or battling altitude sickness or the dry heat of one place. Oh, gosh. I just want to be comfy. You know what I mean? But I admire you for enduring the elements in the ways that you do. Would not be me. I got too much Taurus in my chart. I have way too much Taurus in my chart to be uncomfortable, like willingly uncomfortable. I'm like, but maybe I need to go outside my comfort zone. Not sure it will. Okay. The Libra next destination was pretty interesting. Eyes emoji, eyes emoji. Can I get a card, please? Can I get a final message from this deck? I'll give it 3. I will honor you not wanting to talk. 2 more. 1 more. Last one. Nope. Bottom of the deck is the Seeker of Cups. It's funny because the Seeker of Cups is seeking that wishbone. The wishbone and two hands, it was behind the Four of Wands. It was behind the gate. So it's like it's the same energy without that focus on it. It's almost like the Philosopher's Stone. No, the Sorcerer's Stone in Harry Potter. Like the one who isn't looking for it is the one who finds it. In a way. In a way. In a way. In a way. I don't need to test my fixed Taurus energy. I test my fixed Taurus energy every day by leaving the comfort of my bed and heading into the real world to make myself even more comfortable. Very posh. Oh, it said don't get ahead of yourself. Maybe something awaits you in Chiapas. What did I say? Excuse me. It was higher in Cusco. Okay. I wanted to pull rooms. Let's see, I'll do it after this. Oh, it's a test just to get out of bed. I've been working on my fixed Taurian energy though. There's so much of life that I denied myself in the past. And now I am more open. Moving about means sweating. Something tells me you don't mind a good sweat. Keep them sweating. I heard you had people sweating during that live. It was all tough love. Not all of it, but I was like doing homework at the same time. So I was like partially listening to most of it, but also reading. 3 more. Man, they don't want to say anything to conclude. 4 more. Oop, 4. How I go from 3 to 4? I got a 3, a 9, and a sovereign. Not 24/7. You're not sweating 24/7. Russell. He's like, oh, this is some dark Persephone frequency. I can get down with this. These are my people. The 3 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords came out. It's interesting because the compass and the 3 of Pentacles, it's the same as the Knight of Coins. Conqueror of Coins. And again, it's like we have that ring motif again. I love the 3 of Pentacles because the 3 of Pentacles, it's like you need a balance of water, earth, or you need a balance of water, fire, and air all together to make a pinnacle, to make the earth grow. Right? But there is some kind of cartographic energy here in realms unseen. Excuse me. So. I don't know if have I ever had altitude sickness or been up high. I don't know. I feel like I remember the sensation, but I don't know where I would have felt it. Does that happen to anybody? Like, are there feelings that you can remember, but you don't remember like where or when or why you would have felt it? Maybe it's my Taurus moon. Because Taurus is like the physical senses, it's like a tactility or whatever. Like, there are, like, if I do this, right, how you can feel your hand against your skin. Like, there are feelings, sensations that I can remember, but I'm like, I don't think I've ever been in a point where I would have experienced that sensation. I don't know. I'm a weirdo, and I love it. It's to eat only light food after midday, or you can't sleep. See, there's an energy here with the Nine of Swords. With the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, it's almost like it's a trust your work type of energy. It's like the element of earth is both light and dark, right? Plants have a light cycle and then they have a dark cycle. There's stuff that they do where the sun is out, like photosynthesize, right? There's stuff that they do where the sun's not out. I think that's where like the Krebs cycle or the Calvin cycle happens. And that's where they turn it all into sugar. But there's an energy in the Nine of Swords. It's like even if you can't see it growing, it's still growing. Like if you can't see beneath the surface, that doesn't mean that something isn't growing or happening or going to work out. Which is another reason why it's important for us to not be so dependent on the appearances of things. I guess. There was something else I wanted to do today. I'll just look at the number. I'm not gonna do it. I'm too sleepy. I'm so sleepy. It's too late. I'm too tired. Excuse me. I wanted to see what the 9 realms were looking like. Ah! Almost dropped my phone. I do still want to grab a room though. In Mexico, they turn everything into sugar. I feel like we do that here too. Herteca. Herteca. Hey Siri, choose a number between 0 and 1 billion.
A random number between 0 and 1 times 1 billion is 819,748,471.
819748471. Why they always give me a 9-digit number? That one had a number though. It didn't have any zeros. Interesting. Ethel. Russell talked about Ethel. Ah, see, this is that Ann Willie resistance. On while. Resistance Willful 59, which is a 14. Inside the deck, 2 cards turned over. Oh my god. We have an 11 and a 23-5. Bottom of the deck is Earth Grab, which is a 29-11. Earth Grab. Earth Grab. And Herteka. 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 Earth Grab. Earth Grab. Oh, and the other 2 cards, it's Adele and Ice. CD. There you go. Maybe. Oh, darn it. Almost had it. There we go. I'm too sleepy for this. I'm going to bed. All right. I hope you have a good whatever whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality, and I hope that whatever you need along your pathway journey, whatever, you find it. I'm too tired for this. I'm too warm. Edelweiss? Edelweiss? That's a song, right? Edelweiss? Edelweiss. That reminds me of my friend. I literally thought about her before I started this, and I almost wanted to cry for some reason. I was like, what? That was some random emotion. I'm like burning up. That was my preemptive good night. Um, I'm getting so warm. I'm getting so warm. It is. It's from The Sound of Music. What? Ooh. 12. Where is it? Look at this. You can't see it. Oh. Guess we're not doing it today. It goes like right in there. Ice is something that's frozen. It feels like this resistance that we willfully carry, it prevents the thawing of a birthright. It's like when it thaws, it turns into a thel, the original birthright. But with this willful resistance, it keeps it solid, it keeps it compact, keeps it as ice, keeps it on ice. Ice gripped. You see gripped and then earth grip, earth's grip, earth's grip. You see that? That's why it just fits right in there. It disappears. Like I can't even see it. Like you can see it when it's outside, but as soon as I put it on there, it's gone. And they're both that same purpley color. Ish. Resistance that we willingly hold on to because of Heartaker, because of the heartache or whatever. And it's like it's not even an emotional bleed either. It's just completely. And maybe that ties into the thing earlier. Because of the path of least resistance. So it's like things take the path of least resistance to us, but we also take the path of least resistance to the thing, hoping that we release enough resistance to still get the thing. But I think that was an energy that came out recently ish at some point somewhere where it's like, I don't know how much the resistance on some things will drop and still be like, I don't know how much it'll drop. And it almost feels that like as time goes on, the crow, the raven, whoever's talons those were, they take the moon like higher and higher and higher and higher. So it's almost like, it isn't necessarily going to get easier later if you're not doing anything now. But it might. Who knows? I don't know. Hey Siri, choose a random number between 0 and 99.
A random number between 0 and 99 is 85.
85. I think 85 is is that a planet or a sign? Oh, okay. Here's Russ singing the song.
Edelweiss, you look happy to greet me, small and white, Edelweiss. Can't remember the rest.
Can't remember the rest. That was my favorite part. And that's what we do a lot of times when we periscope out. Matthew! Hey, I guess Russ gave us the song tonight. It's like we try to periscope out and find a path of least resistance and take that path. But there is no path of lesser resistance to some things. And it's like the resistance is part of the path. So, Russ, you're doing a great job. You are doing an excellent job, Russ. Taking the path of most resistance. Hey, Shayna. I feel like something calls me, but I'm so tired and I don't know what. Oh, what number did Siri give me? Oh, I forgot the number. Hey Siri, choose a random number between 0 and 99.
A random number between 0 and 99 is 33.
33. I think it was 83 before. I look at 83 and 33. Oh, snap. 33 is the scholar of water. 83 is Virgo. 83 is Virgo. Or was it 85? Was it 83 or 85? If I could rewind it back, I would know, but I can't. It's magic in the shamanic deck. Ooh, I was gonna say it was 85. Okay, 85 is Scorpio. So, Scorpio and the Scholar of Water. I wouldn't necessarily consider. Well, I guess the only way I would consider, or one of the biggest ways I would consider Scorpio to be like a Page of Water, Page of Cups energy. It's because I feel like sometimes because Scorpio feels things so deeply, they may not always be able to get like a handle on their emotions. Um, or it's not necessarily like getting a handle on their emotions, but it's like when you feel things so deeply, it's easy to be moved, right? And I guess the Page of Cups can be very movable. You want me to play it again? I'll play it one more time. I might play it before I go to sleep. That'll be my lullaby tonight. I'll just play it on the loop.
Edelweiss, you look happy to greet me, small and white. Edelweiss, call on the rest.
Hopefully, I don't get flagged. I'm kidding. The Scholar of Water, it's the Scholar of Essences. And the Scholar of Essences, it's all about, it's partially about discovering ourselves. And it's also about like, oh my gosh, I'm so internally warm. It's partially about self discovery. It's also about like learning who to be and how to be in order to, it feels like it's for a purpose, it's for a reason, right? Like there's some task that we get assigned or something. And it's like, okay, well, who do I need to be? How do I need to be? What do I need to do in order to fulfill something, right? Now, also with that scorpionic energy, we might have to go deep to get it. And going deep to get it, it may be that we encounter things that we don't necessarily want to see or feel, which is almost why that Ace of Swords was taking us to the Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands energy. So that's what I got again. And since I already gave my goodbye spiel, I can just end this. See you later.